have our own team.
Yeah,
We'll call it biased custards.
Biased custards. Okay, I like that actually.
Yesterday was a really exciting day. They were great. Scoring yesterday. First game was a really very just a long game. There's no point for
Hello. Hello.
I will giving away some memorabilia from the match, from some memorabilia for lucky fans. So please take you and after the match, we'll announce what that is.
Hello. Oh, it's up already. Hello, Delhi. यार मैं मिस कर रहा था मुंबई में बहुत बार वॉच पार्टी हो चुकी है दिल्ली में पहली बार हो रही है फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू ऑल फॉर कमिंग मैच काफी जल्दी शुरू होने वाला है बट बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आप सब यहाँ पे आए एक बार जी फाइटिंग हो जाए ओके आई से जी यू से फाइटिंग ओके जी फाइटिंग जी फाइटिंग लेट्स गो अच्छा आपका फेवरेट प्लेयर कौन सा है क्या बात है सारे रोसी फैंस हैं फेवरेट एजेंट कौन सा है सारे टॉक्सिक जेट है लगता है इंस्टा लॉक करते हैं करो कोई हाथ खड़ा करो कौन इंस्टा लॉक करता है जेट को सब मेरी तरह है सब इंस्टा लॉक करते हैं कम हेल्प कम टॉक विद द ऑडियंस यार आओ आओ अरे एक बार जोर से यार 3 चीयर्स फॉर पॉपा जी
देखो गाइस इधर आए हो मजा करना है सब कुछ करना है लाइव में भी 30 सेकंड चाहिए तो एंड आवाज ज्यादा आना चाहिए पर जब भी अपन एक भी राउंड जीतते हैं हारते आवाज आते रहना चाहिए ठीक है मैं अपने माइंड में कंपेयर कर रहा हूँ कौन सी वॉच पार्टी ज्यादा लाउड थी मुंबई की या दिल्ली की ठीक है तो वापस तो तो वापस करने का मौका किसको जल्दी देना वो डिसाइड करेंगे हम लोग इसमें, ठीक है? चलो एंजॉय गाइस।
वैसे दिल्ली पहली बार आए हैं तो सरप्राइज लेके आए हैं। आज मैचेस के बाद एक परफॉर्मेंस होने वाली है, कुछ आर्टिस्ट यहाँ पे आएंगे जो आपके लिए परफॉर्म करेंगे। सो पार्टी मैचेस के बाद भी चलती रहेगी एंड डोंट गो एनीवेयर, क्योंकि मैचेस के बाद हमारे पास गुडीज हैं काफी सारी, कुछ लगे वैसे ऋषि सर ने मर्ज ड्रॉप का बता दिया है, इंडिया में बहुत जल्दी होगी बट कोरिया में सबसे पहले होती नजर आएगी आपको। मर्ज चाहिए क्या आपको? मेरे को मार पड़वाओगे, रुक जाओ।
Who really knows how to ignore the heck out of you, just like peeking out at times, trying to get some kills, and then pull it back. You're so paranoid, you're so just lost in some of these rounds that it's difficult to recover.
There was almost like mind games at some point on a set, I don't remember where mid. It was near the end of that round already. Something. And they missed the jungle setting market, and a lot of this kind of stuff happens to depth. And it's always depth first, one down, and after that it's just normal. Yeah, but Paperx is on fire. They did W gaming, but I think when they did W gaming, they actually got gold for shots. And he looked so coordinated yesterday. Like that full team play is definitely really fun to see. Forsaken was also on initiator for Aiden.
Yeah, I didn't know it. Really owning it. Really owning the whole role, honestly. Well, this is what everyone does when they pick up an initiator, right? Really owning it. Stay out, stay out, get 3 kills. So this is great. We're seeing learning a whole different side of Valor and sitting and doing it.
And it was a very enjoyable game to watch. I will forget it was a fun day. Very short but fun day. And today I think we're gonna have another long streak of crazy games. Yes. Yeah. I think so too. But we'll dig into that more. For those of you who are wondering about finals, we are getting closer to finals happening the very last weekend of May. And for those of you who want to attend live, because we're going to be getting a lot of visitors from all over the world coming to the Pacific Stadium, which is great. We're moving to a different venue, John Stadium. Am I saying that right, Will? And it's huge. I mean, I'm looking at pictures of people I've never actually been there, but it looks massive. And you guys can actually buy your tickets the 8th and 9th of May. I think that's tomorrow. And I heard we sell it pretty fast.
Especially because it's the weekend sales, I think a lot of the fans, I assume, from those episodes of game and probably also because that stadium is still within Seoul, right? So if you come by, you'll have plenty of other things to do, and then you've got a match on May 27th, the lower finals, and then the 28th, both of those being best of 5 as well. So plenty of just high-quality battle and meeting for you. So tickets go live tomorrow and then the day after. Just remember, for those who are trying to buy it globally, to go into the Golden Park
website. So it's globalinterpark.com because otherwise you wouldn't get a Korean account.
Yeah, there's a Korean site. I remember seeing that before. So yeah, globalinterpark.com. There's also an influencer matchup on the 27th of May. I have no idea who's playing.
Oh, is Bias Custards playing in that match?
I hope so.
That's where our
I would love to. Why aren't we playing it?
The players will be casting over our game.
I want that to happen.
Yeah, I want Forsaken to cast my gameplay. That's what I want.
He's just gonna be shaking his head the
With
entire
Will
time.
as Yoru.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I get to get my Yoru judged by Forsaken. Nothing better than that.
Yeah, and I think Paperx will definitely be showing some bind at some point anyway, and we can show them our bind power.
Yeah.
Team Bias Custards, named by Achilles. Yeah, so let's speaking of games, We're so ready. Are you ready, Bias Custard?
Oh,
Hayward Gamers! Yes, that's
It's
right!
time. It's
Another
time.
Hayward Gamers!
Get ready.
I love it. I love it.
All right, and today we're not going to do the map thing. We're going to do more utility charades. You had a little preview of this
okay.
last week, and I won't sabotage you this.
Ranked up to like
Yeah, you're new to this. Okay, so for those of you who are at home, we're going to let you play along. We're not actually going to tell you what the part is. You guys are all going to have to get.
Well, that's a lot more pressure on Black and me now, because now we get jumped on viewers as well. Whether they can get it correct or not.
Look, I don't want to be the one getting all the heat by myself, so you guys get to play at home too. Definitely type it in the chat. So what, they're going to show a card. Who wants to go first? Who wants to activate first? You want to rock, paper, scissors? Okay.
So I will show it to Black.
Okay. Yeah.
Some of them I think still say sound effects, right?
Yeah.
So if it says sound effects, you can add sound effects, but if not, you gotta go no sound. I'm gonna keep you to that.
All right.
You don't have to, but some of them might be easier. All right. Are we ready? All right. Ready? All right. We're gonna begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, guys. So, no sound.
No sound. No sound. Sorry.
Oh.
All right, Orbital Strike. All right, that's Grid Ultimate.
That one's like the saddest Orbital Strike. It's more like.
Well, you see, it's hard to do
Okay.
it that way.
No. I didn't see it. Still up 90 seconds.
Still up 90 seconds.
Oh, give me up.
Oh, okay, okay. You're back to Cypher. All right, Cypher's Ultimate.
Oh,
Sound loud.
this is perfect.
That's so good.
Oh my god, you sound like your own wingman. The quack wingman.
That's so good, actually. That was good. All right, that's 3.
Oh,
No sound.
okay.
No sound.
Oh, Tasmanian tiger, by the way, is not a dog.
It's not a dog.
Tasmanian tiger is an extinct species. Alright.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay. Sound loud.
ये टेबल पीछे लेना संभाल के लो
That's cute. That's Viper and her little poison thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The toxin next to it.
Oh,
No
okay.
sound. No sound.
Wait, no sound.
Oh, wait, no sound.
Man, Quack's so bad at the no sound part.
Lintikayo! It's Neon's ult!
I keep making
Oh,
sounds.
she's good with the
so
quotes.
sorry.
Yeah, you're good with the quotes. All right.
Oh.
No sound. No sound. This is hard without sound.
Yeah, dude.
This is hard without sound.
This and then.
When you play too much Valorant and you're a wrist player.
And then like.
No sound.
Oh, is that the mosh pit?
Nope.
Nope. Can I pass this?
Okay,
No,
you can pass.
wanna
You can
pass?
pass.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
Oh, and we're out of time.
All right.
What was it?
The one he passed was.
Oh!
That one's tough.
Right, good.
How would you
His
have done
ult.
that? I can't figure it out. I have to do it sound because it's like.
And then, I mean, what you did was correct. It's just one by one,
I'd
right?
be like, well,
This looks like a weird
Yeah.
dance move.
Yeah.
what's
All
what you were
right.
saying?
And then
like,
the last one we
bad
didn't
words.
get to was curveball. That
Which
would have
would've
been.
been
Oh,
as
that would have been
well.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
you got most of them.
How
I
many
think
is
they
that?
counted
Got
at
6 points.
6 points.
Not
thank
bad,
you.
not bad. All right,
Right.
let's see if Will can
Beginners.
keep up.
All right.
Okay. Oh, look
Okay.
at him. He's warming up. You gotta do the
warming
wrist
up.
stretches.
I gotta get
Wrist stretches.
I gotta get ready for my high EDPI. You know what I mean? my 1600
It's over
EDPI.
9,000
All right.
EDPI.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Got 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
All right. And begin.
And start.
Okay.
Sounds loud.
Is it his ult?
No. Oh, I forget what.
What's
I
her
forget what
voice
the
line?
motion is.
Oh, is it the Sky's ult?
Yes, Sky's ult. Seekers.
Hey, she
The
got it.
cabbages!
The cabbages. Thank you.
All right, next.
More cabbages!
Oh, all right. I'm gonna stand for this one. Oh my.
Oh,
my
he's standing.
my-
This is serious.
All right.
Oh
No
my
sound.
gosh. Is that a Omen's
No.
oh, chamber? Chambers TP?
Yes,
Yeah.
TP, the rendezvous. Thank you.
She got it. All right.
Rendezvous. That's
sound
right.
allowed. Sound allowed.
Oh.
Oh, Cypher's tripwire.
Yes.
She got it. Okay.
You're pretty good.
Nick's good at guessing. Okay.
No sound?
No sound.
Okay.
This is gonna be weird.
I'm curious what this is.
Okay.
Oh my god. What is that?
Oh, Gecko's ult.
Yes, thank you. I had to get the
Good
jump
job.
in.
That's so.
All right, next one.
What is that? Is it Dizzy?
No. Yeah.
Oh, Jet's updraft.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I had to add the last part.
I love that you're jumping. You're so committed to this.
30 seconds.
Oh, okay. This one, I got this.
Something so smelly, like you're gonna die.
No.
Is it Viper?
Come on.
Like you did this last. Oh, Euro.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yours ultimate.
His
That
ult,
tear.
yeah.
That was great.
Yeah,
All right.
the.
Okay,
No
7
sound.
seconds.
Last one. You got this.
Is this another Hawk out?
Close. Go on, just try it.
Oh, the Aldro.
Yeah,
Aldro, thank
It's
you.
so
got it.
cute.
No,
Why
we
is
gotta
it
count
so
that.
cute?
We gotta
Yes,
count
you
that.
gotta count that.
The Aldro's
You got
slow.
so much
The
today.
Aldro's slow.
True.
It doesn't
I
go
was down to the
fast.
last paper. Dude.
What was the last one?
So
A
weird.
res.
Oh,
that
that
would've been-
Classic Summon FC.
Oh man, when you couldn't get Yours ultimate, I got really nervous for a second. I was like, this is as good
I
as
thought
it gets.
she was trolling
It's
you.
always the one. No, it's always the one when he does a mask.
mask, yeah.
And I'm so distracted, and like it
love
looks
the
like you're in a
Aldro.
smelly room.
I want Aldro to sound good.
Yeah, I wish I could have done sounds for that.
Your drone's so cute. Why is
Oh,
it so
man.
cute?
This is great.
Apparently, I
love this
make
game.
good inanimate objects, like
Yeah.
the turret last time, and now the Aldro.
It's so, you do. I love your commitment. You're like
Thank you.
updrafting and real
Thank
like
you.
His
real
little
life.
teleport where he goes from here.
Yeah, you like snapped his finger and he
Hey,
jumped.
that's as accurate as it gets for nerfed chamber. All right, it doesn't go very far.
True.
I didn't even count it as a, he's hardly played anymore. He's never played anymore. But you win with 7 points. You
Thank
got 6
you.
points.
Thank you. Thank
Round
you.
of applause
see-
for
Thank
both
you.
of these
Oh,
guys.
we got a nice little banner. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
You
Congrats,
guys did
Wolf.
great today. Good job.
I like it.
Great job. All right, we're going to go on a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the very first matchup for today, so don't go away. We'll be right back in a minute.
Zero distraction. Zero doubt. Zero opposition.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings.
Am I right? तो एक रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा जो आगे एकदम आके बैठे हैं पहले I know you guys came in early, but यार बहुत लोग हैं पीछे जो दिख नहीं. सही बात है. But एक solution है मेरे पास. Help करोगे? हटाते नहीं है, लेकिन थोड़ा पीछे हो जाओ, बाकी जो खड़े आगे आके बैठ जाओ. हो जाएगा. गेम के पहले कर लेते हैं. बाकी आपकी मेहनत के लिए मेरे पास एक सरप्राइज भी है. One of you gets to take this home. Let's make it 2 for them. 2 करते हैं. 2 करते हैं. 2 of you. ठीक है? कोई criteria है? The guys that sit in the front row down get them. Front row? नहीं. Anywhere down. Anywhere down. ऐसा नहीं करेंगे यार. Front row सब इधर चढ़ जाएंगे. जैसे आपको. Whoever is cheering the loudest. Yeah. Whoever giving unique chants gets it. Done. दिल्ली वाले ना expect unique chants from you guys. Done. भाई तो आगे बैठे पीछे हो. चलो.
Will and Quack, we got our custard team here where we played some excellent charades. Yeah, so we're going to go into the first matchup of today. We have RRQ and Global Esports. Now, both of these teams have had a strong showing at various points. RRQ is one of the rare teams. One of the 2 teams actually took a map off of DRX.
Yeah, I mean, RRQ obviously showing great improvement, especially the fact that they took Haven off of DRX. I think that's what wowed a lot of people, just the level of prep they had in trying to counteract DRX's strengths, obviously led by Flipstrider as the IGL, and then his kind of duo X-Pharaoh, right, as the 2 veterans on this team.
I think with Ewok as well as their coach, I mean, they prepped so much for that. They took the 1 map off. It shows so much preparation on this map of Haven, and shows that they have the counter strats that when they prepare and execute to perfection, can take down even giants like DRX. But you know, today I think it's one of those matches where it's such a It's almost like a rivalry if you think about it. It's another one of these like Southeast Asia versus South Asia games.
Yeah, actually, now that you bring it up, when we had the chance to talk to some of the members of RRQ, I remember Coach Ewok saying one of the teams that he absolutely wants to beat is Global Esports, because they're these 2 teams that have had to get over this language barrier, right? Yep. And they're one of the more global teams here that haven't been together for a long time, so they have to go through the whole deal with learning comms in English, right, so that they can all comm together and then get to that place. Now, I think both teams are starting to show what they can look like when they hit that potential, but RRQ not quite consistent enough just yet. We haven't had that many weeks where we can confidently say, okay, this is the new RRQ.
Yeah. I think so, because when you think about a team like Global Esports and with SK Rossi plus Lightning Fast coming in, you've seen how these guys frag out. You've seen how incredibly sharp they can be and how aggressive SK Rossi gets sometimes. And it's not just blind aggression either. He knows how to pull back. He knows how to land shots and hold positions. It's really strong, and it's something that consistently puts Global in big numbers. I mean, a lot of these rounds is led by SK Rossi getting like 13 first kills last week when they played against Gen G.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big number. And we're talking about their first round kill to win conversion as well. That's something to think about. But at the same time, I think today is going to be one of those big mental battles, right, Will?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, I think this is the battle between Aaron, the IGL, and Flipstrider. We'll talk more about that in detail, of course, later on. But as Quack was saying, I mean, the counter-strike, the prep that each team has done, which is, I think, how they're able to challenge the giants like DRX, right? Even Global Esports taking DRX to their first challenge in that, several overtimes on Split, obviously off the back of the incredible kill record from Monyet. But I think something else that I've noted is some fans saying, it's great to hear SK Rossi in some of the comms videos that Global Esports puts out, and how confident he is to ask for support, right? How active he is on the comms, which I think just once again goes to show that maybe Global Esports just a bit more comfortable in the comm department right now compared to RRQ.
I kind of have to agree.
That's right. I mean, even before Rossi and Lightning got into Korea, they, like you said, they showed a really strong showing against DRX in the earlier weeks without them.
Yes.
And that, even though, let's pull up the scoreline and the team standings so far, actually. So even though it was a 2-0 DRX, we watched that game. That was pretty crazy. And then when Rossi and Lightning came into town, they started getting their first wins, their first full match wins, and they're looking really strong. So, yeah.
Yeah, I
they-
mean, global esports, I think, again, in the beginning of Pacific, a lot of people saying, the best team to never win, and then they started to get their wins, especially once SK Rossi and Lightning Fast came into Korea. On the other side, RRQ, I mean, they started to show some rejuvenation, and then the reason I say they're not consistent enough just yet is because of that loss to T1, right? I mean, the loss to DRX, that's not a surprise. The fact that they even took one map is impressive, but the loss to T1, they started to make the same mistakes. They actually got counter-stratted in the sense that T1 was so well prepared for Elmimore's lurks, and once that fell through, RRQ started to kind of devolve back into their panic mode that we saw in the first couple weeks.
Right, and then we start to see things fall apart with the structure and everything, and that's why it's another thing that's so important to think about. But at the same time, it's just such an important match between these two teams, because if you think about it, both of them right now are tied up at 2 wins, 4 losses. Both of them are at 7th place in our standings. 7th is just 1 shy of playoffs, and that's why it's so important for them to actually win. Whoever wins actually increases their chances of making it to playoffs, so, just maybe a bit. Of course, you would have to take like Team Secret or T1 to actually fall out of that 6th place, perhaps. But still, if you lose today, your chances of making it to playoffs greatly diminishes, and that's going to be something.
And in RRQ, the next 2 weeks, they're facing off Talon and
yeah, they absolutely need this win.
Yeah,
That's a tough
it's going to
fight.
be uphill battle constantly for them. But I think both of you guys made a really great point. This is going to be a crazy matchup. We'll talk about predictions later, but it's going to be a bit of a toss-up. So we got Flip and Aaron here, and I like how they're both kind of their doppelganger.
Yeah,
number 1.
Yeah, Flip saying
We're
I'm
both
number
1.
1. Aaron saying I'm number 1.
No,
there's
I'm
a little
one.
bit of there's a little difference in energy in the picture here. But again, we talked about it. I think it's really about the battle here, the mid-rounding, the prep that they've done. Obviously, that extends to the coaches as well. And then whichever players are able to really get online early. But a big part of that, whether it's them getting kills or the positioning they have, that's how both Flip and Aaron like to call around their own positioning until that they're able to gather amongst their teammates. And the big question is how much can you really pressure the opponent so that they have to change their patterns early on in each map?
Yeah, I mean, that's a slight difference, right? Because you have these two teams who can counter-strat really well. You have these two teams with great coaches, Eraser and Ewok, and they do a lot of prep for each of them. But in these games, it's the IGLs, Aaron and Flips, who do the calling. It's these guys who actually make the most influence in the middle of a match, in the middle of a round. And they have to be the ones to kind of adapt to each other, because you could stick to the same strat, but if you don't really change it around, someone starts to figure you out, that's game over, man.
Yeah. With that, let's talk about our predictions. One is not like the others.
Oh, it's me. I'm not like the others.
It is you.
Look at that.
Well,
So it's like for you, it doesn't matter who you predict. Everyone gets mad at you. This is what
Okay,
you
so
have.
I get to
But let's-
defend myself a little bit.
Defend yourself.
Well, so here's the thing. We were talking about this backstage as well. I do think this game can get very close. However, if both of them come well prepped as they always have, if both of them have good mid-round calling, I have to say, I think Global Esports has just looked a bit more consistent in their overall average mechanics, the individual mechanics, right? All 5 players just tend to be online just a bit quicker than the members of RRQ. And at that point, yeah, if you have the same amount of prep, it's going to come down to the aim duels at the end. And I got to raise Global Esports' hand in that sense just a tad bit.
Honestly, I think that's a very fair and accurate point. Global Esports, when it comes to their
Raw
head-on
aim,
raw
I
aim.
mean, they're number 1 in pistols, right?
Exactly.
There's a reason.
Exactly. And when Rossi's feeling it, it's a little scary.
Yes.
So why did you pick RRQ over Global Esports, the betrayer of Global Esports?
Come on. I'm getting labeled with this
the team
betrayer
traitor.
thing now.
All right,
I
we'll
have
talk
to
about
agree,
this in a bit.
but-
We'll talk about this in a bit. We're going to go to the stage in a bit. And then you're going to defend why you have decided to betray Global
You'll get a
Esports.
short chance. once
Okay,
we
I'm
go
sorry to
down.
cut you off because the players are ready for their walkout, and then you can talk about why you didn't pick Global Esports. But I'm excited to see their walkout. These two teams got so much energy,
Yes.
like personally on stage, and I think we're going to see some explosive, fun as heck plays. With that, we are going to go to the stage now. We're going to see Global Esports versus RRQ.
Undefeated is
perfect match as an extra initiator. So
Curious to see what that means for the map picks and bans, and of course which agent he'll be picking up as well.
It's going to be very interesting, but of course, like we were talking about, the mental battle, and these two are the ones taking lead in that discussion. Ewok and Eraser. Oh, it's a hug! It's not just a bro fist anymore.
Oh, it's so
I
wholesome.
love it.
I love it. That's
All
why
right.
it was so hard to predict this.
Well, now that they've hugged it down, battle to the
can't.
death here. RRQ versus
Oh,
Global
man.
Esports.
This is goodbye, Ewok.
Friends outside, but enemies in game.
I mean, that's what it's got to be, right? I mean,
Yep.
if you're preparing, especially, again, in a match like today for both teams, it would mean a lot in terms of keeping their chances alive for the playoffs, more so for RRQ, who we mentioned earlier on the desk. They have a harder road left ahead of them.
That's right. Again, I mean, both these guys tied 7-7, and only one of them really gets to continue to climb. I really wonder what this draft map pick will say, because that's going to matter a lot.
I love watching South Asia teams and Southeast Asian teams because they will always do something
Very
a
passionate.
little bit different. Yeah, and I'm hoping to see a lot of that today. And
I'm
I
curious, I mean, with Emmett here, I'm curious, maybe does that mean, you know, we might go to like a first map split, you know, maybe something a little crazy. So I'm curious to see what that
pick
would...
Bind! Just pick Bind somebody,
I mean,
please!
yeah, Bind.
Bind.
Just haven't seen it here.
Keep the propeller hat, and then just fly through the teleporter.
Or through the little hole on B site.
Oh, yeah, with your hat.
That new little change, but all right, we're starting
Lotus.
things off.
That's a
Ban
good
on
start.
Lotus.
Okay, no 3 sites. All right, I like it. I mean, I think especially Global giving a lot of
Yeah.
respect,
Spiral?
right? Yeah, a lot of respect to the
RRQ
Haven
was
ban.
scary on it.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Yep, Emmett did play the last time when they played against T1. He came in as that KO for RRQ's Fracture, so that's going to be the pickup there.
I don't know how I feel about Fracture. I think it favors Global a little bit more just because they look a little bit more rehearsed, but I think it also allows for RQ to go in some deep lurks.
Guys!
Really get to see it, so it would be nice for us as viewers and of course as analysts and casters to be able to take a quick look, but of course for these teams, especially a team like RRQ again who's fighting for that spot into the playoffs, I mean trying to win at 2-0 is an absolute must.
Yeah, you want to make it decisive as well, but then again, you're never quite sure what's going to happen, so this agent composition will inform us just a little bit.
Okay, so quite a bit of a change on RRQ. I mean, they made a change last time for T1 as well, but...
Double duelist?
And then double Monyet on the raise back. People have been asking for Monyet to give back. Yeah, give back to the duelist. And now they're going Jet raise. Oh, this is going to be a banger for sure, because then on the other side, you have RRQ accepting...
बॉम्बे के हिसाब से कम मिला ना थोड़ा सा one final time for the stream. Shubhan, are we ready? 3, 2, 1.
We might not even talk you through it. We might yell. Whoa! It's going to be insane. That's coming up here.
This is a tough one to call. I think we probably will go to 3 maps. I think these teams are both top tier and have really improved over the weeks to come and seem to be in good form now.
Absolutely. I mean, both of these teams have showed that they are better than what they showed at the beginning of the league, of course. So very much looking forward to this match. Obviously, these two teams are very close with each other. A lot of the players, even the coaches, going back and forth. And
what Global Esports have brought out here, I like a little bit of flair, the double duelist. And this is not as sharp as they did last time around. They're really strong. Here we are on
Q versus Global Esports. We're going to go to the map Fracture to start this off. We had Rossi not on the team for the first couple weeks. He's finally now settled in here to Korea, and with his presence, he has done some incredible plays. We're take Global Esports on.
Absolutely. Well, we're coming in here quick through the arcade right now as Global Esports trying to use that aggression.
Oh.
And immediately, SK Ross is going to take his head off.
First shot, first kill. Rossi with the headshot as Global Esports is going to pounce over here on the B side. Only 3 left for RRQ as they're going to try to come in here with a retake. Clip gets 1. Texture's out of the picture.
Yeah, Flipsider not taking any damage either, but the spike is already planted, and Global Esports, a good time to mention they have the highest pistol win rates in all of VCT Pacific. We'll see if they can make it work now, or if I just cast or curse them as, oh, he messes up the grenade! And they got it at half. I think RRQ's going to be able to defuse this.
Yeah, I think they just stick it, and that's going to be it. A bold play there from RRQ as they...
Yeah, you know, a little bit of caster curse action as well. You know, just throw a little chance over to RRQ. But yeah, started off well for the side of Global Esports with that entry, but then just sticks it.
Back there as well. Global Esports here on map 2. They are going eco. Nobody's buying big this time around. They're going to quietly try to tiptoe over towards A, just past Dish. RRQ with a bit of an exterior position. They are going to send the bird in there and ping them. And that's going to signal to the rest of RRQ where exactly Global Esports is.
Yeah. You know, pretty typical one. They don't, they do get the 1 blind, so Global Esports are actually going to wrap back around over here to bench and look to potentially enter B once again, but obviously not going to be too easy for them, but let's see what they got.
And a very quiet start as B is going to be the target. They're going to ease in over here, coming right underneath. And they're going to do a long, are they going to do a wraparound all the way towards A again? No, they're going to come up here to B. Just putting their sights down there.
Shot. Uh-oh. Here we go. Starting again.
Yeah, things a little shaky right now for RRQ. This is going to be pretty wild if they actually do lose this. Flip could try to pop through the door. It looks like he's just going to miss. As they're just going to go set up on A. Flip peeks. Yet around that corner. Can't get the crosshair over there. Global Esports gets another. Only 2 left now.
Man, this is an insane round so far for Global Esports. On the eco, potentially going to win this one. I think Rossi was spotted, though. LB Moore able to get 1. Xpero gets the 2nd. That's a 3rd.
They keep it going. And it's just going to be Texture left over here trying to buy time. There is plenty of time on the spike here. And he gets it to half. Oh, and a missed spray shot there with the classic. A narrow victory. RQ gets 2 in a row.
Yeah, was a little bit painful for them, but they got there in the end. And that's going to feel pretty good. You'll note that they don't have too many credits now to go for their potential bonus round. Not going to feel too possible on that one. But yeah, Xpero with the Spectre, a lot of low health members on the side of Global Esports. They nearly made the eco play happen here in round 2, but it wasn't meant to be as RRQ are solid through 2.
Yeah, excellent round there. Honestly, Global Esports very impressive despite losing that. This should be an easy bonus round, however, as RRQ fairly starved is going to come into this. And, you know, if they get plays like that, I'll tell you, man, a few Sheriff clicks to the head, things start to look very different.
Yeah.
Can Elmi Moore get 1 more? Oh, ooh, close.
Pretty close, yeah. We saw this from 10 just yesterday. He was able to pull off some crazy stuff with the Sheriff. Even in a kind of losing position against PRX. Let's see what LB Moore's got. Definitely a better position for RRQ this time around. Not going to land a 2nd shot just yet.
right, Rossi going to come forward here, trying to push. It's one over to the side. Texture has him covered. All right, Ozzy with the wraparound. 3-stack over here in the hall. And he's going to try to flush him out. He does just that. Gunplay too good here for RRQ.
Just the stack and not landing the headshots. And Sparrow gets another as Vazzy just going to sidestep that one. Do clear them out, and yeah, that Brim ult was kind of confusing, a little bit desperate, I suppose. Maybe trying to win the eco round for RRQ. Don't think it was necessary for the side of Xparrow, but that's just fine, as he is going to peek here on Dish, as there's another one on the other side.
Bit of a trade out there. They've got Flip trying to push up, and so far they've failed to actually curb any progress. Wanya going to come through here trying to get a nuke off. Shot fired and it does not connect. They'll wrap back around.
Spike planted.
And this is going to be a pretty hairy retake if they can actually pull it off.
Wanya trying to push here, low on health, trying to gain some information for his team. His little doggy backs up real quick. He's not having any of that.
Doggy with the dodge there on the paint shells. But so far, Global Esports, I mean, they've just been too good at controlling these angles. Hammond makes a little bit of progress, but Rossi is going to be the final boss here on A.
That's really the issue. Rossi here, half armor. He's got a Phantom Dome. He's ready to go. And it looks like we will get a C from RRQ, not willing to push in 2v3 and getting late twos off. So Global Esports should be able to tie it up 2-2.
I guess the question now is, as we get further on into the half, how is Global Esports going to look? Are they going to keep stacking these wins together?
And good save there for RRQ. Bring those right into the next round. Kind of terrifying here.
Yeah, can't blame them after what we saw earlier, at least on the first shot. The other one's a little bit not as clean, but you can get that first kill with the Sheriff. Anything is possible. So continuing with the half armor bias here is Global Esports, even though they do have some credits under their belts after the last couple of rounds.
It's going to be a 3-2 split here. Pressure building onto A, but a heavy stack here for RRQ. We've seen them try to come through Dish a lot. EJ actually making it work here.
Yeah, the fault line getting so much value as Paint Cells just to try to buy some space, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be taken out.
Insane push there by Ozzy. Oh, Flip. Looking like an aimbot. That was
guy. He saw the second guy, so he's like, oh, I cleared the push, guys. A site's clear. Well, no, it wasn't. It's going to be a plant here. Elmior will be able to upgrade his gun, though. Definitely a decent chance for RRQ on the retake.
I mean, this is doable for RRQ.
Smoke's down.
We're going to smoke this out. That should force the position for Global Esports to collapse slightly, allowing RRQ to advance a little bit further. And nobody's poked out just yet. I don't think Global Esports is going to try to counter push. Texture just going to continue to lurk, let the smoke run out, and it does.
He is spotted. Ozzy is also low. He's going to get the one.
it does seem like the back is to run away from me. That last round there, we had to get on either way. It actually seemed like RRQ had the right setup. So I don't know if there's still a delightfully close match. The question really is, can Global Esports keep comboing these ways? You know, the pistol round and round 2, they're very different than when you start to get deep into a half. You really have a lot of utility. You've got your rifles out, or operators out, got your ultis. That's where a stronger team can really express the skill difference.
Yeah, and we will be seeing some of that here as we have, you know, everybody's got rifles. We got 3 full armors on the side of RRQ. Somewhat rare to see that nowadays, as here comes SK Rossi looking for that entry, but Monyet's going to steal it away. Still a good entry here for Global Esports.
A funny little bump there from him. Beautifully done there by EJ, but Monyet gets him after that. Rossi here in the smoke. Actually, it's going to be,
interesting idea. I think he was going to die anyway, but nice to his ally. Global Esports are still cleaning him up here as the
fire. I think Global Esports got this one. Evan, not going to be easy here. Does he opt to save? He might try to get one pick before he pulls out.
As he about to spot him, and he does get him with the Vandal Spray. Decent range. So, at the end of the day, Global Esports hold on to 3 rifles.
This is going to be a tough round for RRQ.
Well, Elmi pretty consistent on the Sheriff headshot so far today. Rossi's still trying to make some room for his team, being so aggressive, peeking into 2 people and a dog.
Wow, they try to flush him out. They're going to go for the push here. This is wild. Hold up a second. It's just texture left over.
And he's against Stingers, a Sheriff, and an upgrade now for Xfero, who's able to pick up a Phantom for himself.
I've seen this before with RRQ. Sometimes I feel like they're better with the weaker guns.
It's weird, I mean, they certainly have a lot of tricky strategies where they get very aggressive and like catch the enemy teams off guard when they're on eco rounds or like on half buys. So it's definitely, you can feel it whenever RRQ is playing that they do look pretty good in these eco-ish rounds.
Yeah, they're very good when cornered. Maybe not as strong in the straight up play. And so, he can plant. I mean, A is a naked sight right now. He is going to go for that. They will hear the audio cue of that. We're going to see Flip try to sneak in here. I don't think we're going to see the lockdown used.
Yeah, definitely an option if they wanted to be super safe. But
all right, he's going to try to buy some time. I'll be more here with the Sheriff, man. He should just get the Sheriff every time.
We've seen this before where it's like, man, he's got more kills with the Sheriff than anything else. Don't pick up that Phantom. You don't need that.
Put that away.
Yeah.
Use the Sheriff instead. And so it's going to be a thrifty victory there for RRQ. Global Esports definitely caught off guard by that counterintuitive push over into spawn.
Take a look at the beginning. Elmimore opens it up. Monyet getting aggressive in B main, and then just, they get the fault line through, I believe, and they're able to just push onto them very aggressively. RRQ fans out in force as well.
Yeah, viewing party over there in Jakarta. Got to be happy with that win there from RRQ. Let's see if they can perform as well in a rifle round here. We do have Rossi ready with the operator. It looks like he's going to be trying to get a pick over here at B. This is a 4-stack, by the way, at B. I mean, RRQ is ready to intercept this.
Ready and waiting. Elmi Moore going to wait here at Generator as, there you go, the lockdown underneath in the sewers as a counter lockdown does come in from there, but Rossi's got an operator. He's not afraid to use it.
Got the lockdown Venn diagram here. Oh! Actually gets him.
Wait, both of them got one. That was...
Yeah.
You don't see that every day.
Not every day, no. So they haven't planted the spike yet. They're going to put this over here in the corner. Bozzy controlling from tunnel. Rossi staying in a retracted position. Oh.
And Emmons just running on the site now with the Phantom and Texture. He's got some health. Elmi Moore alone.
Oh, not yet.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Well, that is a globally...
Headshot, that rocket's going to be inbound.
Probably, yeah. As long as he can react on time, which is very easy, actually, with the stopper. Interesting.
Quiet start here, going to round 9, creeping up towards A. RRQ with very good instinct. They actually had a 4-stack on A to start this off. They are going to send a flip back over here just to check. And they're going to... Oh!
No!
Yep. Can't get out in time.
He was putting down smokes, and even Emin gets kind of caught off guard there, too. Did pick up 1 kill at least. But this should be... It's looking like a pretty solid Global Esports round now. DJ only on a frenzy.
Yeah, this is a rough one.
Okay.
Oh! I'll tell you, man, Elmi Moore is great shots. He is traded out. Rossi gets the kill. EJ is going to creep forward here. Certainly outgunned. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, able to clear out SK Rossi, but Flipschneider doesn't really have enough time, so he's just going to try to bait someone out with the door open and then run away. So Global Esports going up to 6-3 with a very aggressive entry onto A site, even with 3 people there on the stack for RRQ, still able to get in there relatively cleanly.
Yep, beautiful round there. Global Esports with double the lead right now, 6-3.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the replay here. As you see, SK Rossi's underneath. He is going to pick up a second kill, and watch this. He actually saw him go up against the wall, so every time Rossi does anything, it's like, okay.
I love it.
We are exploding here at the viewing party.
I love it, man. So sick. We go now into round 10, and this has been pretty tumultuous first half so far for RRQ. The best they can hope for is to tie this up. Rossi now on the move.
As Spectre too, just in case, as man, he's really hitting his ally with that a lot today.
Yeah, there's been a lot of friendly fire with that.
Not yet, first time raise, well, at least for this tournament, obviously. As, okay, it's gonna take a little bit of damage as they spot them over there in arcade, and it looks like Global Esports just want to back away.
Yeah, I think this is a good read. Hold on, Rossi might try to come forward anyways. Can he get a pick? Doesn't see anybody yet. And he gets pinged with that, but I don't think it's going to deter him. He's just going to climb right up. Oh! Whips the shot.
Yeah, the right click not quite there, as Evan's still under a lot of fire. Aaron able to win that duel, as even with the hellfire coming down from the skies, they get them out of tower, but still Global Esports in a good position.
Well, they're going to have to commit over here to A. Monyet's going to get that kill, and that's going to actually pull another RRQ player over here to the B side. It's going to be just the Killjoy utility to slow them down.
30 seconds left.
Aaron, I guess he was tanking?
Whoa!
More the spray, jeez!
My God. He's going to nab the spike, but he can't stop him from getting over there. The spike is going to be planted. Hold on a second. Yep, goes down.
Now it's only Monyet. He's going to get fault lined. There's a lot of trouble for him, 1v2.
Oh, beautiful round. That's going to be it. They will get the defuse. 4-3 now. Great execute. Great retake back over onto the site.
Yeah. Starts with the Nano Swarm, which, by the way, on this patch, you can see from farther away. I always like to mention that because it feels like
That was the most incredible moment here of the fight so far. Popping up over there, getting double kill. Surprise me. And you just got to do that. You know, low on health, they're not going to expect.
low on health. They're not going to expect you to get that aggressive, and certainly if you're caught off guard, if you can hit your shots, it's not going to matter how much health you have. Here comes Rossi again.
Rossi guns the dog down, hiding in the cloudburst, but the spray shots there too good. As we've got Global Esports thinned down to 3 players. Make that 2. Oh, make it none.
Wow,
fast round.
Yeah, RRQ just.
Last round.
It seemed, you know, like Global Esports did that push before, right? With SK Rossi out the door, straight into a smoke, and they're just like, no, I mean, we have double fans, and we're just going to spray you down. Easy peasy. Took a lot of.
RRQ just saw it coming a mile away. They were able to do this very easy. Yeah. A little bit overextended in there, and just perfect gunplay.
Gunplay. Nicely done there by EJ. The game of catch-up is real. We're either going to end this first half with 6-6 or 5-7. So RRQ is still competitive, still viable so far in the series.
Well, slowing it down now. It's Global Esports. Last round here, so got to use everything. We got 3 ults against the 2. You would imagine that Global Esports should enter pretty quickly here with a Rolling Thunder and Showstopper combination.
We're going to have a peek. It's dangerous when he does that with the spike in hand, but he does not get punished.
Scout destroyed.
And they're going to seesaw back up towards A, it looks like. There is a double stack over here. It's a good crossfire setup. What am I looking at? Beautifully
He's totally flashed.
Oh, my God. What an insane round. All right, EJ's cleaning house. This is looking to be a 6-6 half here.
Yeah, the flash timing was actually perfect, and Manyat had no chance. After he had already blast packed in, there was just nowhere to go, and then even with the Hellfire, it doesn't matter. That is an ace for EJ.
Yeah, they gave it to him, too.
Yep.
All right, EJ, this one's yours. They let him come through. He gets that final kill. We now go to the second half here, round 13. As it's dead even. Felt like Global Esports had a lot of momentum here in the middle of that first half, but you know, that pause that Ewok called for, it definitely put those RRQ players in a very different winning mindset.
Yeah, that's a big one. We will have halftime now, and it's going to be interesting to see how the entries will go on the side of RRQ. Again, they're not running double duelists, so should be, in theory, a little bit more difficult. And, I mean, same could be said for the side of Global Esports. We'll see how their defense is.
It's been a very interesting series. Rossi definitely on point for the early part of that half. He did get a little bit too aggro. Not even really losing gunfights so much as just getting sprayed down inside smoke. So RRQ with that instinct to kind of know probably where the opposing player is and get that execute.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a long series. I think we're going to map 3. And I bet this might be,
so.
With these two teams, this could be one where we're probably going to see one overtime as well. They seem to be very even.
Let's go 6-6 and then do it again. Run it back. And go 12 all. Straight in as, whoa. Look at that. Global Esports logo with a bunch of player names, a bunch of words in many different languages.
Yep, I think it's all the languages of the players on that team. And I think anybody who thinks they can call this is crazy. It's been so close. But again, guys, if you ever want to come down to our studio, you are always welcome. We do provide materials as you enter so that you can make these fun signs and show your support for your favorite team.
That is a sign for Life Esports League of Legends team. Hi from Ireland.
Ireland, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's been wild how international the audience has been. And I mean, if you're going to come to Korea, man, truly this is part of the cultural experience. It's going to an esports event. This is the one to come to.
Come on down. Always have a good time. By the way, there are a lot of Texture fans in the audience, including multiple signs that say, let's become a couple, let's get married. You know, Texture pretty popular here in Korea. Yeah.
All right, we start now, round 13 here. Rossi here with the pistol. A push now down out from B. Whoa, what? All right, Monyet got the kill there. We totally didn't catch that one on camera,
How did he even manage that?
Oh.
That's crazy.
RRQ, that plant. Oh my God!
Spike planted.
These shots!
Yeah, he's just too good with headshots.
Yeah.
Like the one taps, the two taps, he's just too good. EJ, he's going to take another route with a frenzy here to spray them both down as Monyet's alone, and he gets one. 22 health.
This looks so impossible. And they can just run the clock. Gonna try to bait him. They're too wise to do that. That does whiff.
Yeah, just buying time here as Monyet is just lost. I mean, there's nothing you can do. He's gonna go down. Flipsider will pick up the kill, and that is a second pistol round for RRQ against our best pistol teams statistically in VCT Pacific.
Yeah, great round there from RRQ to start things off. And it's going to be a very light round here for Global Esports. They are going to completely and totally save. Tell me more, man. With these one taps, it is wild.
Yeah.
I'm almost only half joking about never give this guy a rifle. Like, if it's a sheriff or a ghost, he's so good. It's insane.
Yeah. Elmi Moore this time going for the full armor buy and just holding on to his ghost. And so, in theory, that is kind of what we're asking for. It's not the sheriff, but it's going to have a lot of utility as well.
So, bit of a standoff over here. 4 stack up north of spawn. And, you know, this is a technique you'll see used a lot of times in a round 2 if you've lost the first round 1, is you just kind of flip a coin and guess, all right, if they're on A, well, maybe we can just overpower them.
Yeah.
And in this case, RRQ, well, they flipped whatever side was not what Global Esports bet on, because they're going to come into B for free. Well, hold on. They haven't come in just yet. I think they probably will move in when they confirm that tunnel is clear.
Yeah, they're just checking every single corner with their initiators and just making sure that nobody's here. And they will find that out now. They know they're not going to get stacked. Now, do Global Esports all just die to the spike or try?
Yeah, let's see what they do.
It's a difficult map to do it on. You would have to kind of make it through Flipsider here and maybe go into the sewers.
All right, so he's going to try to just sandbag the progress. Emin up here. Gets one.
Down you go.
All right,
well, this is actually not terrible, to be honest.
Huh. Okay, just dies to the paint shells. Just gonna hop off the rope, and that's the end of that one. The gunplay from RRQ is like.
Down here for Global Esports with as close as it's been, I would imagine they have to win this round. They're going to come through and win.
And what's been such a delightfully close map 1 so far.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Emin and Flipsider buy here. Frenzy and a Stinger. Half armor. Trying to save as much as possible.
Oh my God! Monyet, Superman's in. He trades out for 1. Rossi now come through here with a wraparound.
Yeah, the flank is real, but they know this is happening. Sexter's able to get one. Bozzy gets the other. As Emin's still here, he's going to be flashed. They knew it.
We'll see if they can do it again and try to chain those wins together.
And then actually is there to kind of catch it and build frenzy, but it was enough of a
Slow start here. RRQ going to camp for a little bit, maybe hoping that, you know, Global Esports will try to do another push again and they can just intercept it. But Global Esports is mixing it up pretty nicely. They're being very quiet and very patient. And so this moment that RRQ holds its position isn't going to benefit them. It's just going to be less time to try to secure either the A site or the B site.
Yeah, I like RRQ taking it easy here, just slowing it down because, as you guys can tell, we saw this in the first half. They got behind a couple of rounds and the economy just got blown out of proportion. They were able to catch up afterwards, but they certainly want to win this one. It's Texture waiting in Sands.
They're going to go back. 45 seconds remaining here, and the spike appears to be headed towards B. A triple stack ready on B as well. And, I mean, they're going to have to move very quickly here. If there's any way that we can see, you know, a progress hindered here, it's possible the spike doesn't get planted.
30 seconds left.
Trailblazer comes through as not the best entry for the side of RRQ. There's a lot of utility used by Global to slow this down. Only 19 seconds.
He's flashed, goes behind the box. Gonna hide in plain sight. Oh! LB Moore maybe playing better than everybody on both teams here, but it's not gonna be enough here. And so that's gonna be an 8th round win here. We're tied 8-8. You gonna get the pick?
Do it.
Didn't happen.
Yeah. Elmi Moore, I mean, the way he's playing, I feel like he was going to go for it, but just going to take it slow, hold on to that rifle.
So we've got a budget round here for RRQ, but let's not forget, this is when they've played their best. It's when they have sheriffs in hand,
yeah,
and they have to have perfect headshots. That's when they're able to deliver. Good usage there of the showstopper. Crowd going wild.
They're going insane in there. I mean, anytime Global Esports wins a round,
well,
especially if SK Rossi gets a kill or two.
Right, they're going to try to push up into A now. Killjoy utility, going to be the jungle they'll have to hack their way through. And Texture's lurking over here. He gets the first kill, but that's not the side they're coming in from. Whoa, beautifully done. Pulls right back out. EJ gets Rossi and Texture there.
He's holding on to the showstopper, trying to clear out any defenders that are coming in. As the plant comes down, Monyet not able to pick anyone off, and now...
Barely gets out. Bazzi here with the wall banks. These shots not connecting. Monyet sees the first. Xfero solo on hit points here. One bullet and he's gone.
They're making this so close with frenzies and classics.
He sees the feet.
As we do have a tech pause here. We'll have to wait and see what this is about.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know when they get it sorted, and we're going to go right back into this game. Again, it's too close to call.
Yeah.
We are seeing RRQ in their best state when they're cornered. So I would imagine if Global Esports can stack a few more wins, they're going to chase them right back up there and even it out.
Yeah, just like last time. It went to 6-3, you remember, and then tied it up at 6-6. Elmi Moore is my BFF. Me
what
too.
Enthusiastic fan. The other one, I think he's waiting for our next match here.
He's he's awake. The Korean casters are saying wake up.
Yeah, that's so funny.
PUBG fighting. If you lose, you're not going home. This is his first time at the studio.
Yeah, got a lot of first-timers here. Valorant has been blowing up here in Korea. Getting a lot of spectators in the audience. We've been seeing the watch parties in India and Indonesia, which have been both huge. And so while we're on this tech pause, we're going to be taking a look at the fans that have come out to enjoy the games.
Yeah. Jung In-ho is one of the Korean commentators as well, and that was like a poem basically written for him. Very long one. There's a sign that says, "I love Jung In-ho." Just adding to it. It's Korea's #1 analyst. There you go.
Gotta love it.
She made a sign for him.
A lot of support here from Global Esports. Truly the most global team we've got here. Players from all over the world.
True.
And, you know, RRQ was mentioning they were very interested in trying to compete with this team because RRQ, half Indonesian, half Filipino team. So these teams have cast a wide and international net, and they really want to prove that they are the better one.
Just another Texture fan. Oh, speaking of which, here are 3 more.
Yep, there it is. Support for Texture there.
I've waited a long time for a man like you, is what this sign says. I wonder how he feels about all the love.
This has been such a great series so far. Hopefully this tech pause gets sorted. Doesn't seem to be on the end of RRQ. From the stage where we're at, I can see RRQ down there, and I don't see any refs or tech people that are consulting with him. So I assume the issue's probably over here with Global Esports. If they do, if production does inform us, we'll let you guys know what that is. But right now, we're not clear. And it looks like it was some kind of an audio issue, just been told here.
Yeah, pretty important when you're playing Valorant, right? You want to make sure you hear the footsteps.
I think out of all the esports there is, tactical shooter probably sound is the most important. So as soon as they get that fixed, we'll be back into this. And I really feel like in this first map, we're going to be going to overtime.
I think it's pretty likely,
Yeah.
Yeah, would assume so. As production's searching for every single fan sign.
That's right.
In the audience, even the ones that just say Global Esports win.
Yeah. This is, we're going to run out of signs here. We're getting a lot of shots in the audience.
Yeah, I think that, you know, part of the reason why there are so many Global Esports fans here in Korea is because obviously Texture and Bazi, longtime pro gamers from Korea, and the support is out in droves for not only them, of course, but with the focus on them and their team.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of love. I was fortunate enough to cast the first 2 years of Valorant here in Korea, and Texture was a superstar. So obviously this is a big pickup here for Global Esports.
Yeah.
Those are the jet blades. Look at that.
Is that Jet's face in the middle there? Like, what's going on with that?
I think it's the player's face. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this sign says, I didn't come here to watch the players. I came for Jung In-ho, the Korean commentator.
Yeah, gotta love that.
Seeing a trend here.
So it looks like they have sorted the audio issue out. We're going to be hopping into this once both teams confirm that they're ready. We'll be back into this as an update if you're just now joining us. This is game 1 in the best of 3 with RRQ versus Global Esports. It's so close. Right now, RRQ 8 to Global Esports is 9.
Yeah, it really could go anybody's way. I mean, especially RRQ shoring it back up any single time they get behind. As we are going to potentially have a timeout as well.
Yeah, okay, so I think the tech pause may be done. Timeout start. I feel like this is the first time we would have a timeout. Yeah, so we went from tech pause to timeout. This is a first for me, guys. Normally you see a timeout after a team loses a round.
Okay, so I guess it's RRQ's timeout. I think that was a little bit of a whoopsie. Doesn't look like Global has called any timeouts. RRQ will call their second.
Yeah. Both teams have been playing extremely well. And there's been many, many rounds where it's just come down to like, you know, 2 players versus 2 players or 1 player versus 1 player, and it could go either way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So RRQ is going to use this timeout now. Try to figure out, you know, what screws do they need to tighten? What dials do they need to turn?
Yeah.
In order to eke out those extra wins.
Yeah, Ewok did a great job of that last timeout
Yeah.
in the first half, so hopefully they can do it once again as the timeout is now over, and hopefully now we can resume the Valoranting.
All right, back to it. As we go into round 18, Global Esports with just the smallest lead.
Yeah.
RRQ, it is going to be a rifle round for them. Rossi with the operator going to look for a pick.
One already crossed over, and now he's in a lot of trouble here, actually.
Oh, yeah, an overextension for sure. And RRQ dropped to immediately that operator out of the picture.
Just a really smart play from RRQ. They get the fault line down. They stop the aggressive hopping, and now Bozzy is caught by the Rolling Thunder here. He's not able to get away from that one.
Okay, so we get that spike planted. And we got to see how Global Esports is going to try to do a retake. They're going to let this Killjoy utility burn out.
Kind of a cute corner here for Elmimore. Just hoping they run through the smoke. It's not going to happen unless Aaron does it.
There.
Okay, so he's going to chuck a nade in here. And Munyuk gets one, so he starts it.
Yep. Got to run it now.
Yeah, with the molly, it just, you know, buys more time. Always frustrating to deal with.
Player standing.
Munyuk gets another. Munyuk, the last one left. The blast pack
Oh.
over. What? Oh, bumps his.
He's just like hunting him down. It's like a horror movie right now. Monyet is the monster. He's just
coming
running
for
at
him.
him. Just running at the guy.
Wild, man.
Yeah.
9-9. Great round there. An unfortunate moment there, Rossi. We saw the very start of that. Looking for a shot with the operator. Had to make a split-second decision. Tried to hide in the cloudburst with the shorty and then pop out. Failed. And that's really what allowed RRQ to then spill into the site.
Yeah.
Get the plant, get the win. So let's watch Rossi again. He's with the operator once more. Obviously, it's very expensive, so he's going to need to make this work.
Right there.
Yeah, perhaps hoping he can pick up a couple of picks and then just go into a Blade Storm round potentially to catch back up. As, you know, he's a great player. I feel like he is not quite having the same impact that we saw from last week. But let's see if he can potentially get some picks here with the operator. No, gonna miss that shot.
Yeah, it looked like he almost had it, but it does not connect. So he's going to hop further back here. He's going to be the first line of defense.
Spot him.
But they're not going to commit. RRQ decides to seesaw back over to B. B is going to be an easy take here.
Yeah. As it stands, looks like only Bozzy is slowly making his way over. And, I mean, he's back in spawn as the rotation is coming out from Aaron and Monyet. Gonna catch EJ off guard and get Flipshider as, there were 3 of them. Didn't expect the 3rd time.
Yep, bit of a trade out there. Spike has been dropped, but it's not going to be stopped. He is going to be able to nab it. We don't have a whole lot of time left here, so they are going to come on to B. Again, B is undefended for the time being. Rossi looking, sees the barrel of the gun, and pings it.
He's going to knock him out, but can't knock him out of the corner.
Oh, good shot there. Bozzy clears it.
Elmimore.
All right, just Rossi. Can he clutch this moment?
Oh!
Oh! Great setup there for RRQ. And that's going to be the second operator in a row that is lost.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach here, immediate, slamming my fists on that timeout button because Global Esports got themselves in a really good spot here. I mean, they get the stop on the plants. They're delaying so much time, but then Elmimore gets this, and then he spots that there's one more guy. Somehow they know he's in there, and he's calling Hellfire, and that's the end of him.
Yeah, they just flushed him right out. So we're back to it. My favorite song, the timeout song. So Global Esports is going to call this timeout. There's not much left here. We're in the twilight of map 1, and RRQ has taken a lead.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, with Rossi being the star player, he's not able to get those essential operator picks. You know, when you've got a Jet, you're able to get into positions with the operator that other players just can't, because you can go deep, get a kill, and then escape back out and set up a new position. I love the praying Pepe here.
Ultra 6 Pharaoh the GOAT. I mean, that ultimate was surely goated.
Yeah, definitely goated. But yeah, Rossi not getting these picks he needs to get.
Yeah, he's having a rough start here today, and we know he can provide more. So hopefully he can shore that up a little bit.
So round 20 now. Very important one here. And I do really feel like we're going to go into overtime here. It's been such a back and forth. Again, this is going to be an extremely difficult round here for Global Esports. We've seen RRQ. When they're behind, when they're cornered, they're very strong. How is Global Esports going to play when RRQ is ahead?
Yeah, now that RRQ got the lead, I guess they lost some power then. Not able to quite play with the same amount of vigor. And as I say that, EJ's going to get the first blood somewhere on the map here. Looks like over at the rope.
They don't commit just yet, but it looks like they are going to be going for the B site push. They'll be more ready. He's going to slip just over box. He gets the first kill. Oh, he's in the middle of setting up utility, and he gets the second. Huge play here for RRQ.
And they hit the plant, so they can just buy whatever they want. Global Esports now backed against the wall. Will they be able to do the same thing RRQ did to them in the first half? It's pretty rough. RRQ have been dominating the last couple of rounds. It's very interesting, but EJ maybe just trying to check over the smoke, and it kind of worked.
Yeah, he peeked over to see if anybody was sitting down there.
I love you, Park Jong. Let's go, bro.
All right, so we've got Rossi with the operator again.
And break it.
Can he actually get some kills with it? So far, his operator performance has been lackluster in the second half.
His blades arm as well, just in case. See how this one is going to go. Global Esports should be favored in this round with the amount of ultimates they have. As I say that, he's going to get sprayed down mid-showstopper.
Got body left on the high ground there. EJ with the showstopper ready, looking for a target. He's going to find one. He will! And it's a trade out.
Oh, man.
Oh, hold on, Bozzy with the clutch.
Yeah, RRQ maybe trying to rush a little bit into the A site just a bit. I mean, they should be able to get this plant down, but maybe didn't have to lose as many members. And now Bozzy's just holding here alongside of his Brimstone buddy.
All right, flash comes out.
Remaining.
Evan gets one. Another flash. Evan with no HP. He is picked.
But just barely, Global Esports is able to hold on tight. I think you're right about the overtime, Tasteless.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting it. All right, this time a push into B, but not a quick one. They're going to slowly edge up here. Global Esports had the right idea, just on the wrong side of the map, is they're going to comb up into A, and with A being dead quiet, B is going to be the obvious location, so we're going to need to see Global Esports probably win with a retake here. Lockdown comes in here, which, you know, they're not going to get a lot of value out of it since, you know, nobody from Global Esports is here, but it's still a great idea.
Yeah, I kind of like the play. They know the lockdown is available, so they just clear out the rest, maybe trying to hope to 3v1 while the lockdown, you know, they can't go in anyway, so they're just trying to get some value while they know that lockdown's going to come down. It's pretty predictable, as now they have Defender lockdown, but it doesn't cover the site.
Okay, the smokes come down. First blood in this round. EJ takes Munyet out. RRQ starting to stack those kills,
Rossi.
but Rossi's back.
Rossi is back and gonna stop the defuse and it's Sparrow.
Sparrow gonna run up into a different position. Game of
about
hide
enough
and
time.
seek. I don't know that Global Esports is gonna have enough time, and it doesn't even matter as the last kill is there. RRQ with the 12th win.
Man, that one fan in the crowd with the sign for Xfero is going to be ecstatic after a round like that.
He was a time traveler. He
After
saw what we
Rossi
did.
and Aaron are able to get on in here. Look at this play from Rossi. He's getting very aggressive, picks off 2. Aaron gets another 2. It feels so done and dusted, but at the end of the day.
In this round, it is going to be Global Esports trying to just fight back for that overtime. RRQ hungry to shut this down. They're going to be coming up to B. It's just Killjoy utility and Texture at a pretty wide angle. And so Texture unable to prevent the seizure of the B site. It's going to be a plant, and it's going to be all about Global Esports trying to recover this position and defuse that spike.
All right, here we go. Rolling Thunder trying to make it in. EJ's not able to get out. Aman, though, is out here in the smoke. They don't cover main, and he picks off the first kill.
Rossi, knives drawn. Can he get the play he needs here? He comes in, doesn't see anybody, and it's too late. Blindsided there. Just 2 left over. The lurk in the smoke.
Aaron's waiting for it. Can't hit the spray. And Bossi goes down, and RRQ will take it 13-10. No overtime required.
Big plays there from RRQ. They've won the first map. The question.
Global Esports, they can really able to keep up, but in the end, RRQ also winning very important moments where you're probably not supposed to win as far as guns go. Nice shot to the ship, great to go around, and so they right now have that
1-0 lead.
Yeah, the eco strategies, the pushes, they have the entries onto the site, all extremely clean. The gunplay looked better for RRQ as RRQ GOATS is true here for the first map. Monyet actually had the highest ACS of anybody though, but he was alone, and right below him was EJ, Elmimore, and Emin. All 3 of them just stacked on the side of RRQ. And that doesn't even include Xfero, who had so many clutches on this map.
Yeah, what a great map to start this off. I do feel like we probably are going to have 3 maps here. It's going to be Pearl here for map number 2. And let's see, I mean, that's going to be the pick there for Global Esports.
Yeah. Especially when a map is this close, your map pick could be the decider, right? So I kind of agree with you that
you just have a couple of plays on that map that can allow you to garner those wins.
Yeah. Maybe Global Esports win the next one 13-10 or something, and we go straight into binds. Although, really got to hand it to RRQ. I mean, they showed their stuff. They pulled it out on their map pick, and it wasn't a stomp by any means, but they definitely looked like the better team for the majority of the rounds, and that was enough to net them the victory. So, pretty good stuff.
Very impressive stuff. We did have these moments back there from Rossi where it did not seem like he was able to deliver. You know, we've had these weekends where Rossi is getting every operator shot, Blade Storms come out and everybody dies. This time around, whether it was the operator or the shorty or Chet's ulti, he was not able to make anything connect.
Some of the signs, man, that one's like, if you lose this one, Texture, you have to marry me. And she's like, there's no ring on my finger. And she like swings her fingers around. Like they're getting really, really creative with the signs tasteless as just fighting for Texture's heart as maybe that's what Global Esports need in the second map instead.
Yeah, RRQ, they came in here, and we had the lowest expectations for them, to be honest. We weren't really sure how this team was going to perform. And the first couple of weekends, they didn't really perform that well. But now that's changing. They're really delivering against some of the strongest teams, and Global Esports is no exception.
Yeah, RRQ, Talon, even Global Esports as well. Teams that started off slow and are now really showing their full form. So it's really cool to see how the league is developing and these newer teams coming into the mix and really giving it their all and giving us great maps like that.
My big takeaway as we've gone deep into this tournament is that all these regions have very strong teams. Everybody's viable. Even the teams that are at the very bottom of the stack as far as results have made for some really entertaining and technical games in each of the maps they played on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, that was map number 1. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for Pearl for map number 2. That aggression. And though, LB Moore able to get one. Xpero gets the second. That's a
Come forward here, trying to push.
landing the headshots. Xpero gets a sidestep that one. Does not care about. He is also low. He's going to get the one.
Oh, he
Sees
saw the
battle. Ozzy about to spot him, and he was coming in from the site now with the Phantom and Texture. Load.
Oh, they're going to have to commit over here to A.
Guess he was tanking.
Whoa! Oh, get down to 3 players. Make that 2.
Oh, to go, and then even with the Hellfire doesn't use that plan. 2 taps. Too good, EJ. He's
Oh my God!
done. Classics.
He sees the beat. That's going to an overextension for sure. Fox, he gets the first kill. Oh, he's in the middle of setting up utility, and he's back.
Back, and so is Aaron. They are coming back huge as the Molly, though. Let's stop the music.
I don't know that Global Esports could have enough time.
Hey, you're watching VCT Pacific here in Seoul, South Korea, and we just finished Game 1 of Match 1 RRQ, taking down the first win on Fracture. And it was was quite close, as we suspected it would be.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely a nail-biter all the way to the end. A couple clutches on both sides as well. But at the end of the day, RRQ, even though they have that slower start, they seem to just be able to adapt just a bit quicker, especially off of both of their timeouts throughout this map.
Yeah, hold up. I mean, I don't think it was just a slow start. RRQ actually beat Global with pistol wins this time. That is a huge thing.
Yeah, I mean, Global, they were ranked 1 in pistol wins so far. Coming into this match, I wonder how these two will add on to that, and maybe even in map 2. But RRQ showing that they're no pushover in that department.
Yeah, I mean, they picked this map for a very strong reason, and it shows in the clear preparation that they have. I think in a lot of the positioning, they actually knew how to counter against this. I don't know if they expected the double duelist, but they certainly knew how to position themselves around SK Rossi's tailwind sometimes.
Yeah, and
Seeing Monyet on Raze was still, I mean,
I think it's worth pointing that out just because RRQ did win. We're going to be breaking down some of RRQ's positioning and the way they played out this map. And I just want to give that shout out to Monyet real quick before we forget about it, because it's you can't forget this, right? He did his job as at Raze. I mean, even in first kills, right? He's got 6 first kills, the most on that team, 25 and 20 KD as well. I mean, some people saying, was there a Raze diff on either side? I would say no, both of them doing the job they needed to, but RRQ, just the way they were playing as a team, coming together just a bit better than Global Esports. And I'll be honest, I mean, SK Rossi not able to hit his shots today, right? Was getting picked off a lot. He actually goes down like 1 and 7 to flips in a 1v1 scenario, right? So if you're getting picked off by that second line of defense or attack that many times, it's going to be a rough time.
That's right. Now, you mentioned timeouts, and I think, today's a good day to talk about timeouts and how it's really used as part of an overall strategy.
Yeah, let's talk about RRQ had both of them. I want to talk about the first one. So first of all, we're going to look at round 4. Now, the focus is actually more on Global Esports, but take a look at what happens. Global Esports, they're pushing through a dish and through drop. They even use the orbital strike. We can even see the laser coming down from the sky there. And that happens on round 4. And then they're eventually able to get through, and they'll be able to get the spike plant. Then we go to round 5. And once again, the spike goes up to the north side of the map. And meanwhile, we see RRQ trying to combat this by having their own fault line and an own 3v3 setup, but it's not enough. I mean, Flips hits some crazy shots, but at the end of the day, that means a main was open, so the site is opened up. Then we see a timeout coming in from RRQ. Obviously, both coaches trying to talk about what they did, and RRQ makes a great adjustment. They now put their Killjoy setup on Dish, but Global says, we read right through your timeout. Nobody goes to Dish. It's a 5-man push through main, and this change in setup, trying to rely on Killjoy's utility to react to it, is now nullified, and Global, sure, EJ trying to hold the line with a showstopper, but it's not going to be enough. They still eventually break through the site again, and this was just part of that kind of 4-round streak that Global was able to make happen here in the first half.
Yeah, it was, I mean, a really cool observation. You noted something similar happening yesterday as well. Now, Quack, we saw some really spectacular kills by our RRQ. EJ in particular really bouncing off, maybe literally bouncing off of the Sky util.
I mean, I think in a lot of these rounds, it's really smart plays from both sides, but also you need the players to really execute these to perfection. And in a lot of this was EJ landing his shots. I mean, supported by Emin and LV Moore as well, they were able to combo with the utility, actually blinding Monyet in the first one, and then allowing for EJ to go in for that final ace at the very moment, putting EJ in a lot of frags, but also X-Pharaoh clutching out in a lot of these rounds, I think, really allowed for RQ to find that momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, actually, we can just jump right into that as well, because we saw it in the highlight package near the end. But, we come down to round 22. The lockdown was used by RRQ. Obviously, Global very well prepared for it. And we actually finally start to see SK Rossi get warmed up in this round, right? It took a little while. And as you see Global Esports go for their own retake with their own lockdown, they basically put a lockdown in a position where they know where they need to strike. They can expect one to be in that little corner in tower, and then the rest have to be towards main. EJ's still holding strong, but look at Rossi. He's able to dash by the first opponent, make sure he can win that duel, and it looks like it's going Global's way, but first the molly, and then X-Pharaoh, just understanding exactly where everyone's left. He goes for the spam through the smoke and immediately repositions because he knows time is in his favor. And this round, I mean, if Global won this one, momentum could have very well swung back where maybe it goes to overtime, or Global might be able to close it out with Rossi now getting warmed up, but X-Pharaoh shuts it down just in time.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very critical round, that RRQ ended up taking away with the clutch moment between the two brims. I always like watching the two brimmies.
The brimmies with the simmies going against each other.
I mean, there were so many rounds, like the orbital strike they exchanged with each other as well. Like,
both of them were very, I think, proactive with their aim and their utility as well in this match.
Now, we got to talk about our key player. We actually, we took a little while to decide because RRQ was just looking strong, but we decided to go with Flips. Tell us why.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is his numbers don't seem that high, right? On the scoreboard, he was actually on the bottom end. However, he has 19 assists, the most on this team. On top of that, he's the IGL and he's playing Breach. I would say that he's fulfilled his role perfectly. I mean, a lot of these that we saw, it's off of his flashes, his fault lines, and of course the reads that he has in those mid-round calls that Quack and I mentioned before the match.
Yeah, it's a lot of these plays, and like we talked about it, right? The mental battle between the two teams, and I think Flips just came out a little bit more prepared on this map, and that's why they picked it. But it doesn't end here, and this is something that I want to keep thinking about as well, because they're moving on to Pearl next, and Flips, although this was a great assist, this was great mid-rounding and a lot of calling from the IGL of RRQ, it's not all over. You know, I think Arian still had a pretty good performance as well.
Yeah. It is going to be really interesting going into Pearl. This is a Global Esports pick, as you mentioned, and, you know, they've had a pretty strong showing on Pearl before. Are we going to go to map 3, you think? How are you feeling? You were originally predicting Global Esports, so how do you feeling now?
Well, so I will say this. I don't think it's all entirely on SK Rossi, but it did take him a while to get warmed up. I think also RRQ having good reads on, you know, how does Rossi like to play with his operator, right? He doesn't overheat as much, but he still does take a very aggressive position. I mean, we saw some of the plays that Flips was doing, the way he sets up his fault line in a way where SK Rossi simply cannot dash out. He's still going to be stunned and trapped up. So with that in mind, if Rossi's now warmed back up and the Pearl that Global Esports has, I still think this could very well go to a map 3.
Yeah, very possible. What do you think?
I have to agree, because again, just seeing from what we saw last week, Global, they did really...
Are you ready, guys? Super ready? Pakka. देख ले आप. नाम मत डुबाओ. ठीक है? 3, 2, 1. G fighting, guys. G fighting. Thank you so much for showing up. And boys, for map 2. And guys, cheering down नहीं होनी चाहिए. Map 2 should be louder than map 1. ठीक है? Woo!
That's good.
I know Ewok wants to do homework, and I'm sure he studied the crud out of the Esports plays on Pearl. So I think RRQ still stands a good chance of taking this.
Yeah, I mean, the way RRQ's looking today, I will say, it's one of those, it sounds simple, but RRQ looks a lot better than I would have expected them to, and right from the get-go, the Global Esports seems to be the one that's having a bit of a slower start than I would have expected them.
How RRQ has prepared against you, you know, if you're Global, you know, do you just say, it's all right, Pearl, we're always good at it, do we keep that faith? Or do you try to start to adapt to that even from the beginning of map 2? And we do have that switch out, right? 2G coming back in.
Yeah, and you kind of have to look out for it. I mean, this is something that we want to keep in mind as well. 2G often does play Pearl, and I don't know if they're going to switch up their agent composition to sort of adapt to whatever homework Ewok has prepared against Global. But at the same time, it's two very different teams. Global has a different style and different approach when it comes to Pearl as compared to DRX, who was incredibly aggressive last week on their attacking side, and that was something that really crumpled RRQ's defense. So coming into this one, 2GE, everyone else, they have to have that mental resilience, I think. You can't just rely on the duels and then kind of falter after that. So going into the agent picks now, we're going to have that double controller setup.
All right,
Any surprises here?
Not to the greatest extent, right? Bazzi has been liking that fade here on Pearl, so that's not too shocking. Monyet going with the Astra again. If you're going to have the solo smokes, I think it's got to be the Astra here. I mean, maybe in the past it was Viper. Meanwhile, I mean, going for the Astra Harbor, that's what they've done. A lot of other teams obviously like the Viper Harbor, but RRQ has had this idea of Xpharaoh being a bit more proactive in that semi-initiator support that Astra can provide.
The same, yeah. I'm just curious about how RRQ will actually play with this composition, because last week, again, they kept trying to meet DRX with firepower. It didn't really work, so they're going to have to try a different approach to this one against Global.
All right, we're ready to go into map 2 Pearl, RRQ and Global Esports, and we got a Caster's Tasteless and a Valdez, who is the Quack OOTD doppelganger. You guys match on purpose today?
Maybe.
Excellent work at the desk. I'm here with the Wild Valdez. How you doing, man?
We matched on purpose today. That actually, no.
They wrote it down on their calendars. They went,
I didn't say anything to go.
It's Sunday. You know what that means. Look, we've had an amazing map 1 here, and I think this map 2, this should be one that Global can take. They mentioned at the desk that, like, RRQ, they have been doing their homework. They've clearly come in here with the very best iteration of themselves that we've seen yet.
Yeah.
Maybe RRQ takes it, but I think any bet man is saying we're going to map 3.
Well, certainly hope so. Could get onto that bind for map number 3 as RRQ will face off against Global Esports on Pearl. And let's see how the pistol round goes this time. You know, RRQ was able to take both on the first map. Definitely part of the reason why they were able to, you know, eke out a couple extra rounds in that matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, RRQ really just improving massively in the last few weeks here, and proving to be a very viable team. Both these teams don't have the best scores, so there really is a lot on the line to try to win. And so that oh-so-important pistol round is going to start off. This time on map 2, it's going to be RRQ on the attacking end and Global Esports defending the A and B site.
Yeah. Seems like both of the teams choosing to pick attacker side when it's their opponent's map pick. Just to start off, of course. As through art, here comes EJ. On the jet this time.
Right, Monyet doesn't see EJ yet. The spike is going to be planted, just an earshot. No kills yet.
Yeah.
No damage even.
Planted that right outside of the harbor bubble. And it's pretty obnoxious. Kind of like did it in the face of Monyet.
All right.
Spam comes through.
Well, we're going to try to push RRQ in a very good position here. We actually have a team lurk coming from Flip. Start to defuse, but it's a fake.
There's this lurk you were talking about, the rotation as he's going to be taken out. This is actually pretty close. Comes down to Texture as he picks up one.
But of all people to go against, the pistol god himself, Elmi Moore. He calls the bluff. Oh! Wait. Is it enough time?
I believe so. Just barely, right? Yep, he's got it. 0.5 seconds.
Oh,
not even close.
God.
Not even close.
Damn. Clutch play there from Global Esports.
Well, fans are going to be really happy about that one. 4K in the pistol round for Texture.
Yeah, quick recap here again. All kills came after the spike was planted. He had that great lurk here, and it looked like in this position, you know, it was going to be doable here for RRQ, but Elmi Moore second-guessed himself. He didn't do the swing initially. Had he actually just stayed back, he win.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There's that, and also, I forget who it was, but the second last person who died swung out alone first just to try to buy time on the defuse and give Elmi Moore that chance that you were talking about, Tasteless. So, now Global Esports. Rossi's got another sniper. This time it's the Marshall, of course. And
he's missing these shots with the sniper rifle.
Fortunately, just not his day. Hoping that he shows up again here on Pearl.
Yeah, they're going to need it. If he can't get those sniper shots, it's bad news here for Global Esports. I mean, they've really, many of their wins have been off the back of a great sniper play from Rossi. So RRQ is going to quietly build up some tension over here at A. The stack on A is pretty good. The Bird's going to force Rossi to reposition. The Harbor Wall's not going to make that Marshall very handy.
Oh, Elmi Moore! Come on! This is just not fair!
Korean Kazers just said, shoot me more. So we've got the spike planted. Rossi whips again. 2GE with the kill.
Yeah, Rossi just trying desperately to stop the plan. Doesn't work out as they might just get egoed here. Might get thriftied as Elmimore a third headshot. Make it 4. This guy is just insane. Don't give this guy
no
a
rifles.
vandal. No rifles. Not anymore.
Just
not allowed.
imagine if you could buy 2 sheriffs and duel with that.
Should be able to. Seems like a fun time.
God, that was insane.
Well, I know who I'm voting for if RRQ end up winning this. For my MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
he got that one through the box.
Crazy moment. And by the way, a big swing over here. A very patient RRQ took away the normal tempo of a round 1 win away from Global Esports. It's going to be Global right now, tightening their belt in a classic round.
It's not really a good sign for Global. RRQ was able to take both of the anti-ecos on Fracture. I mean, it is just the 1 round, but it's definitely going to set Global Esports kind of off on the wrong foot here.
I got the spike.
Okay, so we've got the spike. It's going to quietly courier it up into B. It looks like they're trying to make a distraction up here at A, but A is actually very quiet. They're basically relying on the turret and Texture not too far away to use that. And so they actually ping the 2 players, or at least, I'm sorry, just 1 actually up here at B and decide that's enough to make them uncomfortable. Let's not forget that in the previous map, we had Global Esports do a 5-stack when they were on a classic round.
Yeah.
Basically do the coin flip, say, all right, let's try to bet on a site. And then as they try to spill in, we just overpower them.
Yeah.
Not the case this time around.
And if you're going to bet on a site, it's going to be B on this map.
Yeah.
So they're all over there. RRQ, free plant for them. They've been attacking this A site unrelentingly. They have come here 3 times in a row.
All right, so Global Esports going to try to come in here with the retake.
He's just going to,
yeah.
Just going to deny that defuse as, meanwhile, Texture just hiding an arc. Classic stuff as the Reckoning comes in. Global Esports are holding it, but they nearly got the defuse.
So close. And that's going to be it in a flurry.
Defuse! So close!
Halfway point, generally try to go half, maybe try to defend from there, but I guess because they had a huge lack of firepower, they're like, well, we have a bunch of smokes, maybe we get lucky, maybe we can hold it. And they did get punished in the end, although they did get close.
All right, we now get ready for this 4th round here. And we want to see, Global Esports, they were very strong in the middle of the first half. And they pull through again here against an RRQ that's looking better and better at every passing round. Bozzy here. Okay. Moore gets the kill again there, but that should already just be the round win.
Yeah.
Just a nice lurk right outside the smoke.
Even Aaron there. Xpharaoh does not have to do this, although it is 1v4.
Yeah.
So maybe just hoping to take someone off.
Yeah, trying to just get a kill through the smoke here. God, he's so close here. Well, doesn't matter.
Right there, and it's very interesting. They catch in the face of RRQ. They kind of have a sense of what's going on. They're still not able to get the Fonzie in the corner, right? So
they're able to grab back around.
It's so. It was just a beautiful play. I mean, especially when you see that last bubble is kind of far out, it's very hard to clear all the sides, right?
Yeah.
And so, beautiful play there. We're now going to go into a very spread round here for RRQ. We're going to see if they can get a pick, try to win a duel. But Global Esports is turtled up pretty heavily here. They're not really showing themselves. And you're going to have to basically get on to A, I think, before we can see any action. And obviously with the Killjoy utility laid out here, there's going to be a lot of trip wires that can be set off here that's going to allow Global Esports to galvanize and try to retake. It's going to be Flip moving up here, just towards the side of A. They're going to use the lockdown, it looks like this time around.
Astra kind of getting in the way as counter lockdown comes in.
All right, we've got the lockdown Venn diagram.
What do you think is in the middle of that?
They both share an interest in A. That's where their opinions overlap.
Yeah. And somehow people keep getting hit by this.
Yeah. But Rossi's just going to hide there. Oh, he flipped it down.
Spike planted.
Spike down. Fozzie. Gun not out fast enough.
DJ dashing right into them as they're trying to retake this site here. 2 members.
Flip with the lurk. Sees the gun barrel. Can't get the second.
Oh! Extra. He doesn't want to go quietly into the night.
Turret's going to spot Realmy Moore.
Oh!
Beautifully done. That's going to be the 3rd round win here.
Yeah.
Very close one. An explosive round there with the double lockdowns. Ultimately, RRQ was just too good with their lurks, too well positioned. Global Esports calls for a timeout.
Yeah, it's pretty early on. I mean, considering that Global Esports won the last round, I suppose good old Coach Neem is not too happy with the way that round went, so wants to discuss and recalibrate the team. As, I mean, EJ was able to get all the way behind, catch the rotation that was coming in. He eventually did go down, but it really took a lot of wind out of the sails of Global Esports on the attempt at a retake. And that is now so many times, I mean, 4 times out of the 5 rounds that RRQ has gone for A.
So, a stressful moment here for Global Esports. Let's not forget this is their map. And they are very hungry to try to come back here and get us to map 3. Getting a lot of support here in the audience from RRQ.
Yeah.
And, you know, there really is something to be inspired about this team. You know, we didn't have, at least in tactical shooters, as much of a history, you know, in Indonesia. And there's been some of a history of tactical shooters in the Philippines, but we didn't know what to expect with this team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to fare against a team like Global Esports, which is, you know, taken from Korea? They've got India. They got players from all over the world. Right now, both teams proving to be very strong, but RRQ just seems, at least for now, be a couple percentage points better.
Yeah, absolutely. They're certainly proving that so far in this best of 3. We'll have to see if they can keep it up here. Again, this is on Global Esports' map pick. But so far here in Pacific as well, it's been like a 55% attackers win rate. And that doesn't necessarily mean that, well, I'm going to hold that thought as Monyet gets aggressive through the doors, picks one off. Bonzi there as well.
Got Rossi with the operator. He could end up getting a pick over here at long.
I've got your
Well,
trail.
oh my God. Rossi gunned down. That's insane. Oh my God.
Oh, well, Monyet's going to shore it up as some cabbage is floating through the air. And meanwhile, Monyet is going big. 3K for him. Flipside able to get onto the site, though.
Yeah, it looks like they should be able to get the spike plant. And they're going to put this up here and basically go deep. Litter that with Killjoy utility. And then it's not going to be an easy retake here for Global.
Oh, yeah.
See what they can do.
They got to get out in B main. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to have a great chance. Like, you got to get on top of that Killjoy.
Destroyed.
As they're trying to cover here, I mean, maybe if they get a couple of pickoffs.
Just down to Flip. And they're going to try to push him. It's a 1. Oh!
Nice play by Aaron.
Yeah, beautifully done. He will be able to get that diffuse off. That's going to make it 3-3, but a nail biter of around 6.
Yeah. Global Esports also identifying it. They had to aggress into B main out in that corridor and essentially take him out. As it started out with Monyet getting very aggressive here, but then the Astra play on B is very good. Monyet essentially saving this round for Global Esports, even gets that pick. And as he gets taken out, Aaron, the IGL is able to at least get the round for the team.
Beautiful play there. Rossi with the operator. I've said it a couple times. I have to point it out. He has not made these sniper shots connect. he's having a day where his aim is just not quite there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, has he even hit one?
I feel like he hasn't. Maybe he's hit one, but
insane.
I mean, you want to be getting many of these, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at how close this is too with these two teams, I mean, if he's not able to make those connections, that may be the loose end that they need to tie up if they're going to win this.
Let's see, he's got another operator, so perhaps.
Yeah, but this time he's going to have to come over here and try to help in the retake of A.
Man, this map is all Texture and Moniette right now for Global Esports, though. They are just 3K, 4K, 2K, like over and over again. As Elmimore's going to put an end to Texture, though.
Yeah, it's down to just 2 GE.
He got one.
Almost that minute timeout. So take another look here. I believe this one went down. Spencer's just looking around near Art. And it ends up being a team ace. Everybody gets one kill. And they're able to look around on it.
Over here. It's going to be EJ. Blades drawn. They're going to have to get a couple picks if they're going to make this work. It's a pretty scuffed round here for RRQ.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Oh, well, looks like the greenery is going to block that.
Yeah. Ooh. So,
nicely done.
Yeah, EJ buying enough time and enough knives to eventually get that. And he's going to get a big heal as well. Moniette in a great spot, though.
Anya keeps getting these picks. He's so strong. EJ's now gone. It's going to be hard to shove in any position.
Rossi. Reckoning comes in, gonna push that jet off the site, hopefully, in the favor of RRQ. Let's see what they can do here on B.
Ozzy here with a lurk. Looks
He
like
made
he ran
sounds.
for a second. Yeah, they heard him. Oh, flip. Such a good shot there. Just Rossi and Texture left.
Yeah, he was just trying to get onto the site and maybe buy time and deny a plant, but he gets totally owned there. As defender Killjoy, you know, it helps a bit to get them on the site, but at the end of the day, this is B.
All right, Rossi's got to go for it. Knives out. Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he got one. He's going to try to come in here with another one. This is such a tough push. Oh, the game of hide and seek.
Oh, the right click miss, and he can't get it. No!
That was an insane moment.
Oh, man. And they committed to the lockdown as well to try to get onto that site, and Flipscheider is able to, of course, get that one pick onto the guy that was not Rossi. EJ starts off here as the push on through pretty aggressively, and they make their way on the B.
Yeah, that was a beautiful run. You got to love him utilizing that pillar, right? And just saying, okay, where do I hear the footsteps? I'm going to the other side. They just got to run the clock.
Yeah, it is so annoying to retake that site. It's just, it's a real pain for many teams here, as now RRQ going to get more aggressive on the ramp.
It's like Haven, but even worse, trying to retake that from long. Elmimore peeking here. Moniette, who's been getting so many picks, shot after shot, going to get another one.
Yeah, Moniette's essentially saying, like, come on, team, let's go. You know, everybody gets on my level, we win this map.
Some shots sprayed through here, but EJ can't quite track him. X-Pharaoh with a double. Oh. Cabbage gets him.
Yeah, you got to run from the cabbage.
Got there for Texture. All right, so it's going to be another plant. They do have a nice little lurk here with Flip. Now, let's not forget, you know, they lost that because they couldn't control long. But having, oh, hold on, never mind. Flip's already out of the picture.
Able to spot him with the knife. As now, once again, the defuse coming in, and I don't think he even got it to half. Yeah, that's a big problem for Global, but Texture is poking out.
Hold on, he's just going to hold it. Oh, he gets it at the last second. It's going to be just Texture left over.
This is the issue.
Oh! Incredible play there from RRQ. They just own that B site. They know how to set it up.
Yeah.
They know how to spread it out. They can use the little ramp to peek while having somebody at the pillar to rotate from side to side.
It's just so difficult. And Global Esports, I mean, they had a better shot, actually, this time around, but X-Pharaoh kind of put an end to that, and then again, like that angle, it's just so you can't take out 2GE as long as she's playing it well, and the timing on his peaks is good, and they were pristine.
And in that specific position, there's so many ways you can come out. You can come up to any point on the ramp. You can come from the left. You can come from the right. So it's very difficult. And so a timeout's called here. Global Esports pumping the brakes.
Second timeout already.
Yeah.
First half.
Yeah, you got to be careful because there is an art to economizing the timeouts, right?
Yeah.
And knowing when to use them.
It's like the mini game, you know.
Yeah, and when to pocket it for another moment here. Well, for now, RRQ, they're pulling ahead here with excellent plays onto B. And Global Esports, they know the problem. I don't know if they have the solution, though, yet. And so it sounds like they're going to kind of think out some possible solutions now before RRQ could try to run away with the show.
Game all the way from Busan to watch Texture, Global Esports. And you can see that Eraser was visibly agitated after the way those last couple of rounds went. So I think he's like, screw the timeout economy. I want to talk to them now. And he calls it. He gives them a piece of their minds. I mean, it's hard, though. I mean, even getting 4 rounds on the defensive side on this map is a pretty good start. You obviously don't want to go 8-4, but let's see if Global Esports can shore it up now. Is the defensive side perhaps seen as more important by the coach? Would love to get a piece of his mind.
All right, Spike is actually waiting here. They're just looking for picks for the time being. A very, very defensive Global Esports right now. We've got Rossi here with the Marshall over at B, but B is not. Oh, hold on, B may actually be where they're going to go. We did see Rossi get some picks with the sniper rifles earlier. See if he can do it now. He is that first line of defense.
Just hit the head. Easy enough.
And they're going to pop flash right out here.
Oh, he is so aggressive with this. It is not going to work out. Just gets cleared out. Smokes used against him on the Marshall.
Spike planted.
Yep, and it's going to be the same story at B. This is a heavy stack. It's going to be very tough for Global. EJ just continues to get these kills.
One enemy remaining.
Oh man, he is just having a day out. Okay, Texture gets the 1.
EJ on the hunt. The Texture too
Okay.
good. Be careful, RRQ. Don't overextend here.
Just pick up that gun. Nope, just going to get flanked a little. There you go, RRQ, another round in a row. But let's see what Global Esports have plans now with some rifles.
It's been these plays on B over and over again.
Rossi with the naked operator. No armor. He has 1 dash.
And if you watch the way that they're using the agents, they're able to just get into B without the operator really being a threat. I mean, yeah, you could do a blind shot in there, but you can't really rely on that. So B kind of being loose here. It seems like what they want to do is have Rossi be in a much more forwarded spot to try to get maybe the first pick, but look at the way they move in. Okay, so louder compared to the last 2 weeks where we saw his operator play maybe being the best in the region. Not the case here today.
Yeah, especially into a comp like this, it's just really difficult, but he's trying to make it work. It is not. He wasn't able to make it work on Fracture. But perhaps from the attacking side, we will see something different. It will be an RRQ EJ fan from Busan, once again, making his way all the way up to Seoul.
Well, EJ is just, that's so cute. I mean, EJ is just on fire today.
Yeah,
he's been an absolute murderer. He's every peak, he's just getting the kill.
EJ is like the multi-kill god today, and Elmimore is like the one-tap god.
Yeah.
And the two of them are just going off like, it's crazy if you have 2 players that are playing this well in the same lobby, on the same team. It's really difficult to beat that. And it gives you, kind of shows you why even DRX were having trouble against this team, because if they're having their day, they're consistent, maybe no team can beat them. RRQ just looking godly today.
All right, we now enter the second half here. Global Esports on the attacking side. RRQ ready to defend the A and B site.
And this is so key. You mentioned it, Tasteless, the pistol round. You really want to